This time we're going to have a two-step equation, meaning there are two operations happening on the left-hand side of the equation, or the variable side of the equation. I say the variable side because it doesn't always happen on the left. Just the same process we build. So we're going to build this side of the equation. And we, again, start with the variable. And the first thing we look for, we're following the order of operations. So multiplication or division. Is the variable being multiplied or divided by a number? Yes, it's being multiplied by 3. So that's our first flow, times 3. So x times 3 gives us 3x. Okay. Is there anything being added or subtracted now? Yes, we are adding 5 to 3x. So we're going to have a second flow here. And when we have 3x plus 5, we end up with this left side of the equation, or the variable side of the equation. So 3x plus 5 gives us 3x plus 5. We are finished building this side of the equation, so I can bring in the x equals 20. And our entire equation happens right here. Now we can work backwards and get to the point where we can see that 3x equals something, and ultimately get to the point where we see what just x equals. So 3x plus 5 equals 20. We're going to do the opposite of add 5, which is subtract 5. 20 minus 5 is 15. In this point of our equation, we have a simplified version. 3x equals 15. And in your head, you might be able to go, all right, 3 times what equals 15? I know that's going to be 5. So let's see if we end up with that. Working backwards. Undoing, doing the opposite of multiply by 3 is divide by 3. So 15 divided by 3 is 5, which was our guess from right here. So we're not done. We should do a check. We're going to substitute this value into the original equation and see if it fits. So instead of x, I've replaced it with a 5. And let's see if it equals 20. Well, 3 times 5 is 15. And 15 plus 5 is 20. And does 20 equal 20? Yes, it does. So 5 is a solution to our equation. Okay, one more type of problem. 4 times. Okay, so you'll recognize this part as our area model. So we've got 4 times 2x minus 1. We should change this subtraction into add the opposite. So add the opposite. And we'll come over here and do a little area model. The length is 4, our width is 2x plus negative 1. And now we can find that area to simplify this. So 4 times 2x is 8x, and 4 times negative 1 is negative 4. And this whole area is 8x plus negative 4. Or we know that this is 8x minus 4. So what I've done is simplified this. So this equals this. So I'm going to replace it. Okay, now I can build my flow map. This looks like the previous problem. So I start with an x. the first thing that's happening, multiplication. So I multiply times 8. X times 8, I get 8x. The next thing happening to the 8x is minus 4. And when I have 8x minus 4, that gives me this variable side of the equation. I have this variable side all built. I can bring in my equals 20. And now I have this whole equation right here. Working backwards, 20. I am going to undo or do the inverse or the opposite of subtract 4 by adding 4. 20 plus 4 is 24. And I can see right here that I have 8x equals 24. So 8 times a number equals 24. And your multiplication facts, you're probably thinking, oh, that's going to be 3. Well, let's check it out and see if it is. So I'm going to undo, do the opposite of multiply by 8, and I'm going to divide by 8. 24 divided by 8 is 3. So I'm not done. I'm going to substitute this 3 back into the original equation. Okay. Order of operations says grouping symbols first. So I do multiplication. And I know that 2 times 3 is 6. And 6 plus negative 1 is 5. And 4 times 5, let's see if it equals 20. Well, I know that equals 20. And does 20 equal 20? Yes, it does. So our solution to this equation is x equals 4.